Sales fell about 1.7% at clothing stores, Paula. That's the biggest drop since February of 2017. What do you attribute that to?
Is this month over month or year over year?
That seems to be year on year on a monthly basis.
The only thing I can attribute to is crazy warm weather, fires, and just really odd extraneous conditions. Or it could also be a bounce back from Prime Day, which is an artificial day that kind of boosts sales in 1 month at the expense of profits.
Does that reverse?
Yeah. It absolutely should reverse. I mean, the truth is that people only need so much stuff, so they may have, and it may have a small impact on the holiday season as well. But ultimately, I expect to see a strong holiday season. Absent too many tariffs, I expect to see a strong holiday season.
So, absent of tariffs for a second, because we will get there, what areas of retail do you feel like will bounce back, and what will continue sort of a breather from spending?
Well, I think apparel is going to bounce back. Home improvement and everything to do with home is going to be really strong. The millennials, who everyone originally said were only into experiences, not things, are reaching an age when they need things because they're having families. And so that's why we're going to see Home Depot do well. Lowe's is still chasing them, but they will do well. The luxury market remains very strong. And I expect it to stay strong. The place where the biggest, and certainly Walmart and Target had fabulous quarters. They really did. And in both of their cases, I attribute it to A, consumer confidence at their level, and B, the investments those companies have made in technology and a better customer experience.
So, Paula, talk about trade for a minute. What's it going to do to retail if, in fact, the president goes ahead, as he said he will, with tariffs on another $200 billion worth of imports from China? Because some of those things are going to have to be consumer goods.
Of course, don't forget the economy is such a high percentage of consumer goods. Walmart has already gone on record as saying it's a tariff to consumers. Even though corporations cheerfully took the tax breaks, they're very clearly going to pass the tariff costs along to consumers. Now, this is a delicate conversation to have because I find that most opinions about what's going to happen with the economy are based on your political preference. My sense is that the economy is very, very fragile, even though it appears strong, and that strength is easily broken. So I think if tariffs are initiated and the product hasn't arrived yet, because retailers have been bringing products in early in anticipation of those tariffs, and those prices rise, you're going to see the consumer retreat.
We talk about the tariffs a little bit more because we talk a lot about it in terms of, say, autos and steel and aluminum, but most people might not realize how intrinsic it is to stuff we wear, like undergarments, sunglasses, gloves, watches. Can you walk us through the real impact to when I go to the store and buy something in about 2 months?
Sure. I mean, look at it this way. In 1975, which is a long time ago, granted, 95% of the clothing we bought in this country was made in the United States. That number flipped by 2011, and the final sort of nail in that coffin was the end of apparel quotas in 2005. So every single thing we wear, whether it has any metal in it, whether it's cloth, whether it's been dyed, it was made somewhere else, either in China or Vietnam or somewhere out in the Far East. And so when those tariffs come in, if you're talking about a 20% tariff, that's going to get passed right along.